something? No, it's limerence. Hey guys, welcome back to the Anxious Girly. Have you ever convinced yourself that you really like someone, even though you barely know them? Have you ever imagined conversations, future scenarios, or even how they would fit into your life? And then things don't go the way you imagined, and it feels devastating? You may not be in love. You may not even like that person. You may just be in limerence. So, what is limerence? Limerence is when you fall in love with potential before your brain has had a chance to catch up with reality. It's micro analyzing every small little detail, every text emoji, or maybe you've never even spoken to this person. It's powered by hope and dopamine. It's an intense emotional fixation that's got nothing to do with actual connection. If you feel like you are becoming obsessed with somebody or hyperfixating on someone and all they're giving you is breadcrumbs, or in the nicest way, maybe they don't even know you exist, it may be limerence. And it's time to break up with it. If you find yourself obsessing over somebody in an unhealthy way, that could be checking their social media, analyzing their reply times. When a simple story view on your socials feels like hope and a no reply feels like crushing rejection, suddenly you're emotionally invested into someone who barely knows you. You have to ask yourself, what about this person am I actually attracted to? Am I just looking for reasons to be chosen, or do I actually find myself invested in this person? If you find yourself more invested in the fictional version of them in your head rather than the real version, you know that this is just a dopamine hit, and B, it's your body trying to fulfill unmet needs. Because limerence isn't about being delusional or crazy, it is simply your body trying to find connection. And I have said this a million times and I'll stand by it. Humans are wired for connection. So when somebody wants a partner or when somebody wants connection, it doesn't make them needy, it doesn't make them any less of a person, because we are literally wired for it. If you grew up with inconsistent caregivers, if you equate being chosen as safety, if you're lonely and trying to create the narrative, more than likely your brain would rather create a story than sit in uncertainty. And that's okay. But it's important that we draw a line and we recognize it for what it is, because left unchecked, it can become very unhealthy very quickly for both people involved. So firstly, it's about knowing when it's limerence and when it's real attraction. Limerence operates on anxiety. It's fast paced. It feels like an all or nothing. It's built on very little evidence. It requires uncertainty to survive, because ask yourself this question: if the person that you were fantasizing about actually chose you, would you still feel the same? And now I know it's very easy to say, yeah, of course I would. Really sit with it, because real attraction is slow, it's steady, it requires reciprocity. A healthy connection is hard work. You choose each other every single day through the good and the bad. It's not just a fairy tale Disneyland story that we're made to believe love is. So I repeat, if you're the only one that's emotionally invested and they're neutral, it's limerence, not love. So what do you do instead? It's all well and good knowing what limerence is and knowing the difference between limerence and love. But what do you do with it? As somebody who has experienced limerence, it's freaking awful. It can really take a hit on your mental health and your self-confidence, because you end up staying in situations that you should have hightailed out of the second you got in. But for me, personally, it was a case of, oh, well, if I stick to it, then one day my fantasy will come true. Newsflash, never did. So number one, name it. This is limerence. It's not going to feel good and it's not magically going to disappear. But just knowing that it's limerence and not you going insane or worse, thinking that you're in love. It makes you self-aware, and self-awareness is key here. It really is. Stop escalating. No more messages, no more stalking on social media, no more, oh, I'm gonna go get a coffee at that coffee shop that I don't usually go to, but I think that they may go just so I can bump into them. Yeah, none of that. Stop. Look for mutual interest. Yes, you're going to feel the rejection if there is no reciprocity. Think about how many times you've been heartbroken before in genuine situations, and you move through that. You got through that. You'll get through this. Reduce all monitoring behavior, social media, platform hopping, reduce it. If there really is no mutual interest at all, maybe unfollow them. Maybe unfriend them. Don't put yourself purposely in circles where they're going to be. Redirect your energy. This passion and the hyper focus that you are putting on this one person, imagine putting it into yourself. Imagine the possibilities. If you were so focused on yourself, what could you achieve? What do you want for yourself? It is okay to want a partner. It is okay to want that family life. But just remember that you are your own separate entity before you are somebody's girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. If you take anything away from this, it's don't build castles out of breadcrumbs. The foundation is not there. It's not going to work. Remember, guys, you're not pathetic for wanting to be chosen. It's human. It's literally wired in our biology. But you do deserve somebody who chooses you clearly, not somebody you imagine loving you. As always, guys, thank you so much for listening. Bye.